So what was I talking about? Yeah, addicted to not getting exactly what you want. Like I said, yeah, this may have started in your life when you were very young, where you could never really get exactly what you wanted, and you became addicted to expecting not to get what you want, which is why you settle for relationships that are always not quite the exact relationship you want, because you don't think that you can get the man that you want. And the way you can know how you are that you're addicted to this is when you say things like, I'd rather have a man who can pay my bills for me and is ugly, or is like or disrespects me, than have a man who's like cute and just sits in the in the house or whatever. Or what other example? It's like you're choosing, like you don't think you can get like you can get all of it. You don't believe that you can get a man who is you attracted to, who's attracted to you, who can pay your bills and do more than pay your bills for you, who is a great lover, and who has no drama, like is mature and secure. And what else? It's just a wholesome good guy. It's And part of this is also society, especially this social media society, where you're programmed to think that you cannot have that. You're programmed to think that you have to choose. There are not many good men around. That's a lie. That's a damn lie. There are so many. There are actually more good men around than there are players, or men that are men that are fooling around. But when you keep hearing that over and over and over, that's what you begin to believe, that there are not many good men around, so let me just settle with this thing that I have. So you become you that also becomes an expectation, and you get addicted to that. You get addicted to not having exactly what you want. You're always settling for the man that you don't really want, always settling for the job that you don't really want. Like I said, I don't know whether I mentioned it, or maybe I mentioned it in another video. Some of you wouldn't, many of you wouldn't even apply for the job that you really want, the job that you're really qualified for, because you don't think you can get it. Many women have, like, lots of degrees, great qualifications, but they won't apply for the job that they really, really want, the job that they really, really want, because they don't believe that they can have it. That's what I'm talking about. Like when you're addicted to settling, it's something that we do that we are really unaware of. All right, okay. So what's the other thing? When you're addicted to competing or fighting for a man's attention, that's also another thing. That lots of women are, not lots of women, but many women are emotionally addicted to the dramatics of that. That to the point where you don't find a man attractive, or you're not really into a guy unless you see him talking to other women. And I think I was it yesterday or the day before yesterday that I heard this. I don't know whether it was a program or something, like, of this girl who this guy was after her, and I think she kind of liked him, but she didn't like she wasn't open to him until her friend started being open to the guy, and then she got angry. That's what I'm talking about. You don't you're not attracted to a guy unless he has women around him, or he has women after him. And I've heard this when I was quite young in the Gambia, when I was growing up, that you a woman bragging about these kind of things, that my man is he's a, how would I say this? He's very popular. He's very popular with the ladies. He's very popular with the ladies. Like, he's a man that meaning that I chose well, because I chose a man that everybody wants. Like, that's something to brag about. I don't really I don't really understand why that is something to brag about. I understand the concept of wanting wanting something that is valuable, wanting to be with something that is valuable, but the the attraction to only wanting a guy when you see him with other women is what I don't understand. But a lot of women have this unconscious addiction to being with a guy and staying with a guy just because he's popular with the ladies, because they feel like that adds some notches to their belt. That's what they call it. All right, that's another thing. All of these are things that we do that are signs that we're addicted to drama. Because all of these come with drama. What is the other thing that I didn't talk about? Yeah, expecting things to go wrong. This is something that a lot of people do, and this is not just in relationships. This is actually widespread. But because I'm talking about relationships, we'll keep it with that. We'll keep it in that arena. And this is where, when you are in a relationship with your man, and things are going well, everything is going smoothly, you're having no fights, you're lovey-dovey, you're understanding each other, being emotionally connected, chatting, and then after 2 weeks, you actually get anxious because you're like, things are going so well. I'm actually scared that there's gonna be a problem soon. It's like you're expecting that there's gonna be a problem because you don't think that this is normal. Like, you don't think that it's normal to be in sync with a guy or in a relationship where you have no problems. There has to be a problem, and if there's no problem, that means that there's something wrong, or if there's not a big blowout, a big blow up. All of these are subconscious addictions. Subconscious, they are not triggers. They are like strongholds in our psyche that we are subconsciously addicted to. Subconsciously, that not subconsciously addicted to, that present themselves as addictions that we are unaware of. I think I've talked about all of these. Addicted to worrying, addicted to worrying and the anxiety of not knowing where he is. I don't know whether I talked about this, but this is also another thing that many women in relationships think is normal. That it's normal for you to sit in your house or sit at home and be worrying about where your man is, worrying about, like, when he goes to work or when he goes out for a drink or he goes out traveling, constantly worrying about, is he with another woman? Is he cheating on me? What is he doing? Like, if conjuring up image scenarios in your mind of what he could be doing with somebody else. And how you will know whether you are emotionally addicted to the dramatics of that, and emotionally addicted to the anxiety, feeling that anxiety, is ask yourself this question: is it easier for me to imagine him with another woman, or doing something else, than him being just talking to his friends, or just doing something by himself, or just being a good guy? What is easier for you? So the reason why I wanted us to look at all of these things that we do. Did I talk about this one? Talk about calling up your friends and tell, is the reason why I wanted us to be aware of this, like I said in the beginning, is for us to be more self-aware. And understanding that when you're emotionally addicted to drama, that's all you can attract. That's what excites you. You when you're in a relationship with a guy who doesn't have any drama, it's gonna feel boring to you, because like to you it's gonna feel like something's off, when that's what you want, but you don't think you want that. And I just want to talk about this because of self-awareness mainly, and also leading into self-love, because that's how we can also love ourselves, when we are more self-aware of what we do and how we contribute to the relationships we have in our lives, why we favor certain relationships and why we don't favor certain relationships, even though the relationships we don't favor are maybe the ones that actually make us happier. is to start questioning ourselves and asking, why is it that I do that? Why do I do this? Why, you know?